My letter's ready to send off. We might not send letters so much nowadays, but it's important that we still learn the structure of them and how to write them. We're going to look at that together today. Welcome back to another round of our countdown game. Remember, for this you'll need a notepad and a pen. The 8 boxes behind me are going to fill with vowels and consonants. Then you've got 30 seconds to make the longest word you can, and you're playing against me. Let's fill the boxes. Get ready? Off we go. Let's check some answers. So the top answer you could have got today was only a 6-letter word, foyers, which is like an entranceway to a hotel or a building. The word I got was fries, so like chips, fries, 5 letters. Tough one today. So today we're looking at the structure of informal letters. So in this lesson we're going to learn how to structure an informal letter. Firstly, we need to ask ourselves, what is an informal letter? An informal letter is a letter that we would send to people that we know. So a type of informal letter could be a thank you letter, a postcard, or a letter to friends or family who live further away. We're now going to look at how to write an informal letter. We're focusing mainly on the structure today. The content of the letter we're going to look at in the next session. So, the first step of writing an informal letter is to write the address in the top right-hand corner of the letter. So you need to include the name of the person you're sending it to, where they live, and then a postcode as well. Once you've written the address and the name, you'll then need to write the date underneath your address so they know when you have written the letter. The third step then is to write the name of the person who the letter is for below the date on the left-hand side. You can use dear or a more informal greeting such as hello or hi, and then you add a comma after the person's name. You can see the example down below. The fourth step is what's called the introduction. This is where you tell the person why you're writing to them. You need to make sure you give your reason quite early on so that they know the purpose of the letter straight away. Even in an informal letter, you should do this. The fifth step then is the extra paragraphs or the main body. This is where you add any extra information you'd like to tell them. So depending on the content of your letter, you might have several paragraphs which describe what you're talking about. Let's say you're setting yourself targets you want to achieve in a year's time. Then you would write perhaps 3 paragraphs, 3 targets, and give some details about them in this main body section. So once you've finished your main body and written a short conclusion that sums up the letter, you would finish off your letter by using an appropriate ending. So for example, from or see you soon, followed by your name on the line underneath. You can see it in the example down below. So now that we've gone through that example, we can see the structure of an informal letter. Step 1 is the address and the date. Step 2 is a greeting, followed by the person's name and a comma. Then you have your introduction, where you must put the purpose of why you're writing your letter. The main body, now this can be as long as need be, as many paragraphs as need be, but this is where the main content of your letter will go and where you'll give all your information about what you're writing about. Then step 5 would be your conclusion. This is just a short section of the letter where you'd sum up all of the points that you've made. Followed by step 6, which is a sign-off. So from, see you soon, goodbye, followed by the name of the person who has written the letter. Now that you understand the structure of an informal letter, you can have a look at examining some examples. Once you've done that, you can come back to my next lesson and we're going to look at the content of writing a letter.